Innovative content. Global audience.
Hello, good morning, viewers. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Princess KESSY,
I am MARYVAL easy.
and we're reaching you from our SROTV studio here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Yes, we have a lot of issues trending,
A
but
lot.
Mary, before then, how was your night?
My night was good, like it was so sweet. You asked
I
me.
can see your face.
My night was so sweet, like
Anyway, we have a lot of trending issues. And just yesterday, we welcome a new president, and
yes,
as
so
of today, just barely hours, people are already going in. A lot of people actually came across a lot of people complaining, regretting,
just
sighing,
yesterday.
and I'm like, okay, I think
This
this is too
now they
early.
just give man
Relax.
breathing space.
Yes, relax. And yesterday as well, I saw that the fuel queue resurfaced. In fact, it's terrible. This morning, assessing the roads was so healthy for me. Even
Honestly.
getting to the office, I had to, I woke up from the wrong side of the bed. I didn't sleep well. I had some issues, and I had to keep driving, manipulating my way just to get to the office on time. Because if you see the fuel queues blocking everywhere on the roads, you'll
Yes,
be
a lot of
you
people are complaining already, but I
that
felt
they've
like
removed
they should
subsidy
just give him some time. Yeah.
issues. Which time the man came in and everybody said he should come and work now. He's
But
already
but
working.
but
Immediately he
but they
removed
just the inauguration
subsidy.
was just yesterday, so they can't
And
just
it's,
start complaining today.
you don't understand. It's not about the complaining, it's about the subsidy removal. Do you buy
Okay.
fuel?
No, I don't.
Very soon, by the time you go and enter board a taxi Uber, and they tell you to your house, maybe you used to pay 500, and they not tell you 1.5. You
Yes,
understand why
even the thing is,
Nigerians
even
are
if you don't
running?
buy food, I think it affects everybody entirely.
And so maybe probably
Yes.
that is why I feel like, okay, maybe it's a right step in the right direction, but this is
Yeah.
not the right timing. Nigerians have been through a lot recently, so adding this to it, me personally, I don't know, maybe to get to a point where people will start working from home, because I'm not sure I want to buy fuel for like anything more than this amount I'm already buying. I saw the queues. I didn't even have the mind to go in and go and ask or go and queue, because I think I cannot. No, I don't think. I, I don't think because no, I don't think I can do that. These were some of the issues that people were complaining about. It's too early. The timing is bad. Anyway, I'm going to bring in a guest later on the show to discuss some of these very topical issues that we're having today. And now we begin with the newspaper reviews. These are some of the stories coming from the national dailies, and I'm going to kickstart with the Vanguard newspaper. And the main headline here says, Tinubu hits the ground running, removes fuel subsidy. And the rider says, promises to review Naira redesign policy, intensify exchange rates, urges states to generate own electricity, says Nigerians have enjoyed hardship, notes mandates giving him not misplaced. Now, all these stories on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says broadcast mogul Raymond Dopesi dies at 71. Sad. That story is on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says May 29. It is time to re-examine our assumptions. This is coming from Obi, and that story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says inauguration. Biden congratulates Tinubu's 6 sustained US-Nigeria relations. And that story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says, we foresaw banditry could mutate into terrible menace, says RFI. And now that story is on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says, new Kano governor vows to probe 241.5 billion debt. And that story is on page 35 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have another story that says petrol price jumps to 350 per liter as queues return. And that story is on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says 28 governors take over, promise rapid development of states. That story is on page 14 and 15 of the Vanguard newspaper. We have a story here that says LNC fought subsidy remover as man Nasima others his unfied FS, and that story unified FS, I beg your pardon, and that story is on page 41 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here coming from the Dex Sports of Vanguard that says Napoli to fend off interest of 130 pound Osime from United slash Chelsea, and that story is on page 47 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, these are all the stories we have coming from the Vanguard this morning.
Wow, like a lot of things, like you said, we have a lot to talk about. The
You
country.
see that I was already complaining. Now, this is the reason I didn't bother going to ask. Unlike me, that I'm very curious when I see anything that has to do with news, that has to do with Nigerians,
Yes.
I will just park, go in and start asking questions. I have been so moody since yesterday because I felt like, because when I saw the queues yesterday, I knew okay, something was going on. Just within, it's not even up to how many hours, from 195 to 350 per liter. This is not fair.
Like everybody knows
This is not fair. I know that, like I said earlier, viewers, the policy might be for a good at the long run, but as of today, do we really need this like right now? Why not stabilize the economy first? Yes, to an extent. Anyway, I don't know. We're going to have experts talk on that later. And then we saw Dr. C, that is the CEO of, yes,
I felt so
of
wrong.
yes, AIT,
See your
where
face.
may God rest his soul. Sad
Honestly.
one. And then also saw a story here that says we foresaw banditry could mutate into terrible menace, says Erify. I think people have been complaining over time. I've had people on my show and they said that Erify, the people, the governors, some of the governors, some of the people that are supposed to talk, be the mouthpiece of the ordinary citizens, have refused to say anything. And now that the banditry is now becoming another thing. I remember the last time I had a guest from Kaduna, that was what he said, that at the time they were supposed to do something, they refused,
Honestly, I don't
they
know.
didn't do
As if they
anything.
don't care about
And now that the thing is
the
now
masses.
ravaging and is now coming close to them, they are
Yes.
not feeling it.
You can imagine the kind of security that we had for innovation. You can
It's
imagine.
really
Doesn't even
sad
any
anyway.
sense.
And I like some of the headlines here that says promises the president promises to review redesign new naira notes and to unify exchange rates,
We hope
urges state to generate own electricity.
and that would
Just
be
maybe when
nice.
we do that,
That
people,
would be
this
nice.
power issue will be a thing of the past, and that is a good one. Of course, he knows that Nigerian, because
I've
he says
enjoyed
Nigerians
like
have
I
endured
love that
hardship,
particular one.
so he's aware. Like some of the guests yesterday we had on the inauguration update said that the man knows he's not somebody that you need to tell. He has been in the country, he has seen the hardship, and this will help
Yes.
him to bring
And
the
that's why we
much
just need to be
needed changes.
positive about
Yes,
this.
about his administration.
Yeah.
Anyway, NSC fought subsidy removal. We know what I saw that coming. NSC have always been against it. Even the Peng have been
Yes.
against it. A lot of bodies have been against it, but we'll see how it goes. But really buying fuel for 350, I don't think. Yeah, maybe we'll start working from home anyway, because how much am I earning? I'll come and buy fuel
Fuel
for
for how
350.
much?
It
Imagine.
doesn't. Yes, I just feel like it's not right. Maybe the man would have, the president would have stabilized the economy to an extent now before bringing
In the
this
subsidy
for
removal.
subsidy removal. Anyway, we'll move on quickly to the next newspaper we have.
Okay, the next one taken from the Guardian. The big headline here says scarcity trade subsidy removal as Tinubu begin house cleaning. You can find that story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. No opposition to blame as Tinubu months salary gets begins support. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Sanwo-Olu kicks off second term, optimistic of a better Lagos. You can find that story on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Dr. C, I have I have lost a friend, brother, says Atiku. You can find that story on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. El-Rufai accuses Buhari of mishandling terrorism as Sani vows to secure Kaduna. That story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Controversy over Cali Air assets, 900 million debt to aero contractors. You can find that story on page 21 of the Guardian newspaper. And that's the story you can find in the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Wow. I really I feel like I feel like this will really get to every Nigerian.
Of course.
Like every single
And then
person will
somebody was
feel
saying that
this.
please you cannot start again. Not again, like we just look for a better Nigeria. We cannot start again after 8 years. Like we survived 8 years and start again like that. Because let me tell you, before it's so important, apart from the fact that people drive with
They
it like
work with
seven
it.
years, a whole lot of people. There
They
are some
work with
businesses
it.
that because of the low electricity in the country, they use generator more, and that's a fuel usage now. So a lot of people need fuel for their day-to-day lives. It helps. So fuel is the one thing that they are so concerned that it should not be that expensive, because if it is, it will affect the masses. So please,
No,
the
no,
federal
no.
government should do something about it.
I don't
We
even know how
use it
we're going
every
to
day.
survive this. I speak for myself personally. When it comes to this issue, it's going to
Yes.
affect me even more. Like on a normal day, I fill my tank with like 10,000 something, and then now that means I'm going to fill my tank for like 20,000 and use it for 2 weeks. Ha! Who is going to survive that? Who is going to survive that? Maybe say sometimes not up to 2 weeks, depends on how you use it. So
Because
how
it's
are
not
you
like
going to
now
survive that?
if
20
you
something
it's
k
not
to
like
buy
maybe they're
fuel.
adding salaries
No,
for the
for
civil
for for
servants to
for
get.
people.
They're not adding salaries for them, and where is increasing, because apart from the fact that the car owners are even complaining. So what about the people that
It's
also
not
pay
just
transport?
it's not
Yes,
it's not just for the car owners. It's not just
yes.
for people, commuters, maybe people
You
using
can imagine your
transportation.
transport fare increasing
But
same
people,
salary.
like for instance, I'm working with go to maybe Nasarawa to go and bring vegetables, to go and bring
Exactly.
tomatoes for you to buy
And the ones they start
food
paying
stuff, and
large
then
high
yes,
income,
they
you
will
understand?
increase the
They will increase it
yes
for us.
the food
Once the
price as
transport
well.
fare that they tell do you know how much to go to so place? Then do you know how much to go there to get this particular
So
thing?
it's the same
Over
thing. If
it.
you go
It
to the
affects
market and
everything
you want to
entirely.
buy meat, it's the same thing. They will have to the
Because they tell you
price
that do I trek
high.
to the place that I want to go
Yes,
and I do
to
good
go
pay
and
to get it. I
that
don't
is
trek,
it.
so
So it's going to affect every single person. I just think the president should have a rethink as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, we move on quickly to the next paper we have. That will be the blueprints. Now, these are some of the stories coming from the blueprint newspaper. And the big headline here says inauguration of 16th president. NSC kicks as Tinubu phases out for a subsidy. And the rider says president hits on review of Naira redesign, unified exchange rates. Another rider says don't share money as poverty alleviation experts. Petrol stations hike pump price to 300 per litre in Edo. Now, all these stories on page 5 and 24 of the Blueprint newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says media mogul Dobesi dies at 71. Tinubu Atiku PDP orders MON on page 24 of the Blueprint newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Dangote Otedola Ovia others rank 506 billion as dividends in 2022 on page 31 of the Blueprint newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Bago sets 11-point agenda to reposition Niger. And that story is on page 8 of the Blueprint newspaper. We also have a story here that says federal government appoints DCG Wura Ola acting in immigration CG. That story is on page 5 of the Blueprint newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Abdul Razak, okay, 6 months maternity leave, scholarship for Quarants. That story is on page 5 of the Blueprint newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says new governors pledge better deals for states amid debt burden. Uba Sani inherits 80.60 billion naira, 577 million dollars local foreign debt move wag 200 billion naira. Now, all these stories are on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. These are all we
you
have
can see
coming.
that this fuel subsidy is everywhere in the paper. You get, that's the most important thing right now that Nigerians are crying for. So the president should do something about it, because this will actually affect the masses so badly. To really affect us. So they should just look for a way to, I don't know, even if it's for our good, please, they shouldn't do it for long. It shouldn't last that long, because might actually say that it's for our own good. They're actually removing the subsidy for a particular reason. You see it for a month, it will still be there, 2 months, it will still be there.
Who
No
knows for how
changes.
long? It
Yes.
could be for 6 months or even this whole year. We don't know. But what I'm saying is that I still insist that the policy is like what exactly what we had with the Naira redesign. The policy probably was okay, but the timing is always wrong. That is one thing
Yes.
I've seen in
They will
Nigeria.
just feel reluctant about it.
Yes,
To be there. You see all these fuel stations will just be hiring it. You get, you won't blame them, because that is the rate at which they get it, and that's what they sell to the people. So please, they should do something about it.
anyway, we also saw there's a story here that this debt issue when it comes to states, when it comes to a lot of governors. I don't know what they were doing. I see that a lot of them, they were owing salary. Case study of Delta State, my state, a lot of debt. So I don't even know how these new governors, they are going to clear all that. Like I said, this very past administration, I don't think I envy anyone, any of the new governors or even our president, because there is a lot to be done. Imagine this kind of money we're seeing this morning, debt inherited from the previous administration. How are they going to clear all this debt and they still maintain and to pay salaries very well?
Yes.
It's really sad. It's really sad. And then a lot of stories here, but we move on quickly to the next newspaper we have. And I like this story just before we go, that don't share money as poverty alleviation, because that is one thing we saw from the past president. You
Honestly,
borrow money and you're saying you are targeting 10 million homes, you
how
are
many
giving five
people? How many
thousand to
people?
people. I don't understand. We are not that poor. Even if
Yes.
others are poor, I think at this point it's better you give somebody next to go and fish rather than giving them
Yes.
fish.
It cannot. It
Yes,
cannot
it
solve
cannot. It
the
can. Yes,
poverty issue in the country.
it cannot
How
at all.
many
So
homes can you visit?
I think I share this opinion. Don't share money. I think it's this expert is this message is for the new president. Don't share money as poverty alleviation. Please, we don't want that. Give people jobs. Create make the industries work. Make the states work. And before you know, everybody will be engaged in one thing or the other, and the country will just be a better place. We'll move on to the next newspaper we have.
Okay, coming from this day newspaper, the big headline here says Tinubu subsidy is gone, can no longer justify ever increasing costs. Okay, the first rider here says funds to be redirected into better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, jobs. And the second rider here said to review Naira redesign policy, challenges affect bank on uniform exchange rates. Vows to unite Nigeria, says he will be president for all. Security will be accorded priority. New president declares. President of Liberia, South Africa, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Rwanda, Niger, Chad attend inauguration. US, China represented. UK, US, Saudi Arabia, others hold bilateral meeting with Tinubu. Gbajabiamila, Nigeria will witness renewed hope. Ex-Lagos governor. Who kicks against bilateral petrol subsidy removal. Tinubu speech didn't inspire hope, says Labour Party. And find those stories on page 10 of this day newspaper. Today's fate and destiny join together to place the touch of human progress in our hands. I think that's what the story make you ready this
Hmm, a lot.
you so I know you just need this something to remember in all the papers today, everywhere. I just talking about it. That's
A lot of stories there. Like I said earlier, that this the bad thing here is that one thing with Nigerians too. Okay, some of these fuel station already had the products before the removal. Why not sell for that amount? They just want
exactly.
to make so much money, and that is why we say it's not about the politicians, the
And they will
leaders
gain more.
alone.
They will gain
Even
more.
yes, even we as a people, we need to do better. because I know that in my yesterday in my estate I have like three filling station, four station. A lot of them refuse to sell because they felt okay, I will wait till when everybody the price has been stable, maybe 400, 350, 300, and then I can now sell the one you already bought as low as how much. This is something that is not even good at all. We are all in this together. Everybody is feeling this, like even the president rightly said, Nigerians have been through a lot, and this is not even the time to go into another hardship. Anyways, viewers, don't go anywhere. I'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the reviews of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtime 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. But my name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? Kate to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your ticket.
Ice Prince.
Yeah. Ice Prince.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome back from that quick break. We're still on the newspaper reviews, and I'm going to continue from the Nigerian Tribune. Now, these are some of the stories coming from the Tribune. President Tinubu's era begins, and the writer says his policy thrust, oil subsidy gone. CBN must work towards unified exchange rates. Multiple taxation and investment habitations to be reviewed. Investors, foreign businesses will be able to expatriate their hard-earned dividend home. Interest rate needs to be reduced. Currency swap policy to be reviewed. Electricity will become more accessible. States to be encouraged to develop local sources. Now, all the stories on page 4 and 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says before his exit, Buhari named airports after self. Awolowo, Idiagbon, Okadigbo, others on page 17 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then we'll have a story here that says Raymond Upesi dies at 71 on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also have a story here that says fuel queues surface after Tinubu's position on subsidy removal on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also have a story here that says Makinde dissolves auxiliary-led park on page 14 and 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. As well, we'll have a story that says management committee appoints tribune group. All these stories on page 14 and 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. These are all the stories we have coming from the Tribune this morning.
If all this policy, they're actually going to work with it. We have a better country. No oil subsidy gone, CBN must work towards the unified exchange rates.
That is
Before
even
this
the
thing
thing,
is
because the
fixed,
main
they are
problem
going
we
to
will
work
have
with
is that look at the dollar rate. If there's a way we can even normalize, people now don't
it.
buy
It's been
cars.
there for long.
You cannot order anything. How much?
Because the cost that
Yes.
it take you to bring it, it's not easy.
And I'm really liking the fact that even this multiple taxation and investment in habitation to be reviewed.
They are going to do all these things.
Yes,
It's not cheap. We need to work towards it for the betterment of the country.
that is just it.
It's not fun.
We move to the next newspaper we have.
We're coming from the Punch. The big headline here says Nigerians won't break up. says Tinubu. Meets US, UK, Saudi Arabia employees. You can find that story on page 2 and page 27 of the Punch newspaper this morning. President says Nigeria will continue to exist. Promises not to be a dictator. And here the second rider says IPMAN opposes fuel subsidy. Removes queue. Resurfaces in Abuja, Lagos, and others. And here the third rider says Biden writes President Tinubu says Nigerian success is world success. I'll find those stories on page 2 and 27 of the Punch newspaper this morning. My cabinet member feared being jailed by Buhari, says Jonathan. That's the read on page 43 of the Punch newspaper. Government eyes 4 billion naira from Abuja, Kano Airport concession. That's the read on page 26 of the Punch newspaper. Tinubu Obaseki orders mourn as Prophecy dies at 71. You can find that story on page 14 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Sanwo-Olu Abiodun sworn in for second term. Zamfara governor laments empty treasury. That story is on page 6, page 42 and 43 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Mother daughter found dead in Lagos shop. Police kill man. That story is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Probe begin as rampaging youth set Lagos police station ablaze. You can find that story on page 4 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Then that's all the story making way on the Punch newspaper this morning. Man, adults, everything, like every day in this country, you must hear one sad news or the other. We're talking about fuel subsidy. And which one is mother daughter found dead in Lagos shop? Police killed.
Well, we see the security agency will have to dig into that to tell us what the results of that deaths and police kill man. I think that the security, especially the police, I think they should sensitize them. The fact that they are meant to actually protect the people. They are meant to safeguard the lives of the people, not the other way around.
Yes.
And then
Okay, now look at Pro begin as rampaging you set Lagos police station ablaze. All this one is another problem. Before you know that they begin to shoot and they will just be killing innocent people. Every day in this country. It's not a
I saw a story here that says my cabinet members feared being jailed by Buhari Jonathan, the
I
ex-president,
was going to ask.
the former ex, because now
Yes.
Buhari is our ex. And then I just feel like politicians, if you don't have any cockroach in your
You
cupboard,
will not
I
be
don't think you
afraid
should
now.
be afraid.
Yes.
It's when you know you've committed something that you should be afraid. So, and don't forget also that as far you are in the public circle, you are a public servant, as a politicians or wherever you find yourself, you must be accountable. You must give account. So at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, you come and tell us how and what you did with the money. When did you
Yes.
spend the
Why should
money?
you
You
be
must be
scared
accountable.
when you know
So when you're
your
going into
job
that
security?
office, be sure that you're not going there to have fun, but to be accountable to the people that actually elected you or voted for you or appointed you. And then we move on to the sport now. Well, this is Punch Sport Extra, and some of the stories making waves here says Napoli offer Osimhen pay rise insert a 138 pound release clause. That story is on page 6 of the Punch Sport Extra. We also have a story here that says Chelsea confirm Poch new manager on page 5 of the Punch Sport Extra. As well, we also have a story here that says Anthony to return for FA Cup final on page 4 of the Punch Sport Extra. We also have a story here that says Owen Hayes Awoniyi's impact at Forest on page 6 of the Punch Sport Extra. We also have a story here that says Flops Dennis listed among underperforming EPL stars on page 6 of the Punch Sport Extra. as well. We saw a story here. A story here is saying here Nacho Ice Quick Lake Stars return to EPL on page 7 of the Punch Sport Extra. As well with a story here that says flag bearers social media abuzz as Adebayo Oyedima Oshun gain promotion to EPL with Luton Town. All the stories on page 7 of the Punch Sport Extra. As well, there's a story here that said Joshua laughs at Fury's offer on page 6 of the Punch Sport Extra. Now, these are all the stories we have. And the last story here says Saudi to lure Benzema with 200 million euro offer. And that story is on page 3 of the Punch Sport Extra. Now, these are all the stories we have coming from the Punch Sport Extra. We move on quickly to the next newspaper we have.
Okay, let's look at this one. Sports Day. The big headline here says, "What Pochettino will do to bring back Chelsea's glory days." Okay. Can't tax Tinubu on finding lasting solutions to security, economic challenges. Find that story on page 9 for the sports newspaper. Worry will get special attention under my administration, says Oberi Worry as he assumes office as Delta governor. That story is on page 3 of the sports newspaper this morning. Interpose praises Gajalu ahead of Champions League final. That story is on page 3 of the Sport Day newspaper. Barca willing to sell out of favor Torres for 25 million US dollar. That story is on page 4 of the Sport Day newspaper this morning. Osimhen manager Spala, Spalletti to take year-long sabbatical. That story is on page 3 of the paper. Englishman Bellingham named Bundesliga Player of the Season. That story is on page 4 of the Sport Day newspaper. Newcastle bothered by Barcelona interest in Guimaraes. That story is on page 5 of the Sport Day newspaper this morning. I think that's all the story in the Sport Day newspaper this
Wow. Um, I saw a story here. I'm quite interested in that. That says, Worry will get special attention under my administration, says Oborevori as he assumes office as Delta governor. Because probably I'm from there, so I
morning.
should that should cut my attention. I think Worry deserved that because when you go to Delta State, the last time I went there, I actually went for a job and I was telling the driver that why is Warri so old all of a sudden, and then you see they are just developing Asaba, they're developing other parts, and then Warri is just so ancient. I don't understand. When we talk about Delta State, we talk about Warri. A lot of people don't know any other place apart from Warri. When you say Delta, they just say Warri.
Because the thing is the biggest.
Yes, so I don't understand why the place is so unkept, no development. So this coming from Oborevori is what I applaud. He should focus more in that worry, please. And then there's a story here that says Barca willing to sell out off favor Torres for 25 million pounds. That story is on page 4. I was asking somebody the other day, what is it with players, sport people, and buying and selling? As if they're selling human beings, because I was confused. But the other day, someone explained to me and all that.
Okay, so what's Pochettino will do to bring back Chelsea's glory? We hope so. We hope we'll be able to do something because, like, Chelsea, they are really been performing recently. That is why you can even see Arsenal. Arsenal is even going far on Chelsea right now. And all Chelsea keep doing is sack their coach. Like, the other time, they sack their coach to check, thinking that maybe the coach has been the one doing the wrong line as well. At the end of the day, we don't know if the problem is coming from the players or they don't actually line them well when they want to play their match. You get so I just hope that this Pochettino will actually help Chelsea to gain back their lost glory. But Chelsea has just been so low all this while when it comes to their league.
So
Yes, they're
you
not
watch
doing
football
anything.
to that extent, Mary? The way you're analyzing this, I'm
No,
encouraged,
like
and
if
that
you
is
are watching
interesting.
Chelsea match and you be so angry, not the Chelsea we used to know. You be so angry like
And you're
Chelsea,
wearing blue as well,
and I'm a Chelsea
representing
fan
them.
though, but
Wow,
you
that
can
is
imagine
interesting.
Arsenal that has been failing for long is now playing better than Chelsea, which doesn't happen before. Honestly, the thing is surprising me.
Anyway, we hope
That's
that
bullshit.
this Pochettino will bring back the lost
I trust
glory.
Chelsea now. Once they keep failing, they'll just sack him. Chelsea has sacked two coach. Just
Maybe
know this
that's why they
season.
are not doing well. You don't keep sacking people. Sometimes you have to sit down. You have to look.
They feel they're not
You
doing a
have to.
good
You
line
have.
out.
You have to identify where the problem is before you be able to sack people. And then we see a story here that says, "Can tax Tinubu on finding lasting solution to security economic challenges." I'm more interested in
We
the
hope.
security.
We hope.
I think Tinubu should focus the energy first on that security and overhaul. Make sure we are okay. The people talking about Benue, Kaduna, Niger, Kogi, make sure that these people live peacefully. That's a good place to wrap up the reviews. Like I did promise earlier that I was going to come with a guest. I'm going to go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll be coming back with our guest. Now, don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prism. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a clock.
Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince of Mine.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. But my name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
We're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince of Money is in the building.
yeah.
Go get your ticket. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with the flow, no.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code.
From that quick break, like I did promise, I was going to come back with a guest I have with me. My guest here, Christian Apollos. He is a senior reporter and, of course, a public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. How you guys doing?
Fine. Nice to have you here with us.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, so we have a new president. Hello, sir.
I'm with you. I lost you there. The last one I heard was that we had a new president.
I say we have a new president.
Yes, we do.
Just yesterday, a lot of we had mixed feelings coming from people. People were happy, opposition were sad, and then just after a few hours after the inauguration, we saw fuel queue resurfacing, and now a lot of people are groaning. This is too early. The fuel subsidy removal. And a lot of issues, even as of this morning, a lot of people were stranded already. Now, what's your take on this?
Well, we have a new president now in the person of Shivaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What is happening now is as a result of market forces. They will definitely have to react. Every policy statement made by anybody in political position, like the president, will attract reaction, will attract people acting in a certain way. I guess the president didn't, in my own opinion, he didn't make that statement the best way he should to avoid what we are seeing now. For him to say that first subsidy is gone, private marketers who import fuel will read meaning into it. oh, fine. Do more subsidy. We have to conserve the product we have now, or we have to make the best of it. And the citizens who use petrol, well, for everyday transportation moving around, we still have to be panicked. They are already panicked by that statement, and everybody heads to buy fuel, at least to get the best you can with the money you have, pending in case the situation change or go worst. That is what we are saying. So I think this reaction can directly be pointed at the president's statement on fuel subsidy is gone. So it would have been best or better if he had said our priority will be on removing fuel subsidy. People wouldn't be so agitated, feel that it's an immediate thing. So it's an unfortunate that statement went on air like that, and I hope this morning him and his team will find a way to let Nigerians know that this is not happening today. At least we are from what the last government said, we still have the subsidy has been budgeted for the month of June.
Yes.
I think it's going to start next month. So,
but as of yesterday evening, Mr. Polos, as of yesterday evening, last night, even this morning, on my way to the office, you can see the queues, and everywhere the roads are blocked, the highway.
Yes.
Some of the fuel stations are not even selling. Probably they started hoarding their products.
And even the ones that asked for it before, they already
increased the price. So people are already buying for 300, 350 per liter.
From my own end, that situation is already here. It is happening already. The only thing we need now is the president to show capacity by finding a way to make sure that this won't go out of hand. By finding a way to let people know that we have not removed the subsidy yesterday. You understand?
Yes.
That is just what is left, is for him to show capacity, to show that he is here for Nigeria, and find a way to make us understand the situation. You understand? Because you just can't come from nowhere and say that you remove fuel subsidy. And mind you, if he goes this way and didn't find a way to make it a better explanation for people to understand, we are going to have double crisis. The trade union organization is going to react, and we may have them grounding the economy.
Again.
Going on strike.
Yes.
Do you understand? Because already, though the NLC and TEC president had said that
even the
pen,
yes,
if you have not put certain measures in place.
And one would even think that since we have a lot of insecurity issues, since bordering on the lives of people, when we talk about Kaduna, Benue, and neighboring states where a lot of insecurity are going on, one would think that they will want to channel energy there as regarding things affecting the people. And now when we talk about subsidy removal, don't forget also that even Nupeng warned just yesterday on the headlines that he should not be in a haste to do that, so that when we have a stable economy to an extent, you cannot bring that in as part of your mandate. But this came as a shock to a lot of Nigerians. And another thing I feel also, Mr. Christian, that if people don't, even we as a people, we are bad. Imagine most of the filling stations are already hoarding, they are shutting down, and the few ones that are selling, the queues are terrible. They have products, yes, they don't want to sell, and now they are now increasing their prices.
Even in Manchester,
the thing is this: if you understand the dynamics of petrol marketing business and subsidy, you may not be able to blame the marketers who source their money by the product. You understand me? They are into business. So it would have been best if the president, who was a former governor, senator, who told us he knows the challenges and we should not pity him.
Yes, he said that yesterday.
Should have considered this dynamic before he made that kind of statement. That way he made it yesterday. Do you understand? Yes, the marketers have their blame here. But what we are looking at here is this. First subsidy it has been established that it needs to be removed so that that huge money Nigerian government is spending on that particular sector will be moved channeled for development. But the problem is this. Once you remove the subsidy, that subsidy without putting measures in place to cushion the effect, there's going to the economic hardship will triple. It will triple. It will go off the roof. You understand?
Yes.
Right now, like I said, of course, the issue of insecurity, he said yesterday that it's part and parcel of the challenges his government will focus. You understand? But I had expected him to start with having a kind of consultation with stakeholders. Then, if he had already done, to find a better way to pursue the removal of fuel subsidy, a subtle way that would not melt serious economic hardship on Nigerians. So the hope now is for us to hope that the president is going to take action, to take measures that's going to reduce this tension on fuel, on this panic buying that people have started doing already. You understand?
We do hope so.
That is the hope. That is the only way forward. We cannot dwell only on analyzing what he should have done or what he had already done and the situation on ground. The hope is for us to expect him to take actions that's going to reduce hardship. Nigerians suffered a lot in the last 8 years, especially in the last 6 or 1 year of President Buhari's administration.
That is very correct.
So we expect that coming to this government is going to, since he had promised to better, a renewed hope for a better Nigeria, respect that he should take policy statements, measures that's going to at least ease the suffering. We've been on this flight since 2015 and it has not been palatable. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but let's not lose hope. Maybe he has this perfect plan that is going to cushion the hardship and make everything better. Anyways.
And then I saw there's one of the stories, these headlines this morning that says we foresaw banditry could mutate into terrible menace. Now this is coming from Erufai. On this show, I've had people from Kaduna. They have laid allegation that over the years, it seems though the governor, the politicians, a lot of people, security agencies were quiet. They were not doing enough. And now that the thing is now ravaging and it seems though it's coming closer to them on a daily basis, they begin to speak up and to now cry out about the insecurity issues.
Honestly, the overnight widespread of bandit heinous act across the borders of states and across Nigeria is a very pathetic situation. It's only God that will deal with whoever that has hand in making it so. Because in Nigeria, in any society, you expect government to take measures to protect the citizens, to take measures to fight crime. What the banditry people are doing is a criminal act. So we can only analyze and talk. If Erufai or any other person has hand or had a clue that this sort of thing was going to happen, they at a particular time use it for their own advantage, and now it is the rest of the Nigerian ordinary citizens are suffering it. It's only them and their God that's going to deal with that. But going forward, what we hope is that the new government, that is just the only thing we have to do. The new government who has already promised, the new president who has already promised to tackle insecurity will swing into action, will withdraw his strategy and take a different action in terms of pushing this people away or wiping that menace off from our society.
Okay, there's another headline here that says the president hints on review of Naira redesign, unified exchange rates. So what's the take on
Well, he has 4 years to go, starting from.
Hello, hello. Yes, network issues here and there. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, nice to have you back.
I lost you guys there. To be honest, if the president Tinubu's administration will succeed in implementing these policies in terms of our currency and the forest to stabilize our economy, it will be a big loss for him. Do you understand? A lot of issues that are affecting our local economy has to do with how poor our currency is due to policies that has to do with that. You understand? He has 4 years to go. I don't think it is a bad thing. Actually, I think it's one of the best things I heard he said. If he's going to take measures, if he's not going to be the wishy-washy policy, if he's not going to be the policy that will affect some group of persons over the rest of Nigeria, I support him to go ahead. You understand? Because what has to do with the economy, with the currency, with the forest, with the policy, it affects everything. In short, you can link it to the first subsidy. If the federal government is giving private marketers dollar at the rate they give to NNPC, I don't think we'll have all this problem. But we have all this issue of subsidy or every local that's being imported in Nigeria that is very expensive. So policy statement that one, I really like that. And I hope he will achieve what he has mapped out to do in that regard.
Well, we saw that even on this Naira redesign, we hope that he will do something because I saw that it's as if Nigeria just went through stress for nothing. We suffered for nothing because that very policy caused a lot of issues, a lot of hardship, and at the end of the day, it's as if no, it's as if we're just back to where we were and nothing is happening. And then, well, we're seeing that NSC is already kicking against those fuel subsidy removal, and a lot of other bodies that are also against it. Now we see how that will moving forward. It's Christian and others. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you. We appreciate you. You have a lovely day.
You too.
I have been speaking. We have been speaking with Apollos Christian. He is a senior reporter here in the Federal Capital Territory and, of course, a public affairs analyst. Well, that would be a good place to wrap up the show this morning. But before we go, while you're out there queuing for fuel, struggling to get fuel, please take care of yourself, stay safe, and be at alert as well. And we do hope that the incoming of a new government, a new president, will usher in a new dawn, not another hardship, because I think Nigeria we've gone through a lot of hardships, stress, and we don't need this right now. I saw the queues this morning on my way to the office. I was like, oh my goodness, we don't need this. This is too early. Although a lot of people have been saying, let him just keep the ground running. No time for honeymoon. He should just come and start working. He's working, but I don't think he should start with fuel subsidy removal. Like I guess that statement alone is causing a lot of agitation. Please, he should come out and address us properly as a people. And while you are out there, stay safe, drive carefully, obey the traffic laws as well. And don't forget the Nigerian Week London that is fast approaching. Get your stamp, get your ticket, be part of that event. A lot of people, agencies, ministries, celebrities, talking about the musicians, the filmmakers are already on board. Don't be left out. Get your ticket at Everbright. And just that's all you need to do to be part of the event. And also going there to people to shoot us and see that it's a heritage like this as opportunity of God. Don't forget also to there. And of course, continue to invite people to the
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked